Here is an example of a 17-year-old girl with Caucasian ethnicity. She's been followed since she was around 9 years old. She's been wearing conventional spectacles since the age of 10 and conventional daily disposable contact lenses from the age of 14. The possibility to reduce the amount of axial elongation was not really known about when she was young, but she was part of a research study, so we have her axial length and refraction data that's been imported into the MYAH to add to more recent data captured using the MYAH. Here's the right eye. At the top, we can see the change in spherical equivalent over time, with this particular data point measured under cycloplegia. One of the advantages of monitoring axial length is that you don't need to worry about cycloplegia. It's highly repeatable and unaffected by cycloplegia. Whereas the 95% limits of agreement for cycloplegic refraction are plus or minus 0.32 diopters, they are plus or minus 0.03 millimetres for axial length measured with the MYAH. There's reasonable correlation between the increasing myopia and the increasing axial elongation, with some variability in the slopes related to the poorer repeatability of refraction and changes in the refractive components of the eye at certain points in time. But looking at this data, it's difficult to know whether the axial elongation is normal or faster than normal. Switching to view the MYAH growth curves, we can see clearly how her right eye compares with the female reference population. This reference data is the latest from Erasmus University and covers about 12,000 children. It is a significant enhancement of the dataset published by Tiedemann et al. In 2018. On her first visit at the age of 9, she was already above the 75th percentile for axial length. 73% of children on this percentile will be myopic as an adult, and 1% will be highly myopic. Over the next 2 years, her axial length continued to accelerate, taking this eye to the 90th percentile, increasing her risk of high myopia as an adult. The eye then followed the 90th percentile over the next 5 years. With these growth curves, it's easy to explain to the parent and child that the risk of high myopia is going up. When myopia interventions are used, success is defined as a slowing of axial elongation. Since the eye continues to elongate throughout childhood, whether the eye is treated or not, it's difficult to demonstrate efficacy without the clinical context provided here by the MYAH. I'll briefly show you the other MYAH data captured at her last visit in 2020. The MYAH incorporates a topographer, pupillometer and tools for dry eye assessment, in addition to a biometer. Axial length and corneal topography are captured simultaneously. Capture is quick and child-friendly. Reviewing the right eye topography data at her last visit, we can see that the map shows a regular cornea with a small degree of with-the-rule astigmatism. The corneal indices, such as asphericity and spherical aberration, are all within the normal range. Not surprisingly, there's no sign of keratoconus. This is something that's important to rule out before starting any myopia management. She does have a large mesopic pupil size, close to 8 millimeters. There's also a large angle kappa, as seen here. Both of these things are important to consider when fitting orthokeratology or myopia control soft lenses. We can examine her anterior corneal aberrations and simulate the effect on visual quality. Aberrations under photopic conditions are low, but if we change the pupil size to the mesopic pupil, we can see that the aberrations go up significantly, and this has an impact on visual quality. This information is particularly useful in children fitted with orthokeratology lenses, which do increase the spherical aberration of the eye and can lead to unacceptably reduced visual quality in some cases. In summary, this girl would almost certainly have benefited from intervention to slow her axial length elongation. At the age of 17, she is now around -4 diopters with an axial length of around 24.5 millimeters, putting her on the 90th percentile for her age. Intervention, even if it had only brought her axial length down to 24 millimeters and the 75th percentile, would have significantly reduced her risk of myopic eye disease as an adult.